Assalamu alaikum. Before you scroll away, I want you to pause for just a moment. What if the reason you are feeling sad lately isn't because your life is falling apart? What if it's because you have been measuring your life against someone else's story? You see someone your age getting married, someone buying a house, someone building a successful career, someone posting smiling family photos, someone sharing their achievements. And suddenly, without realizing it, you start asking yourself, what's wrong with me? Why am I not there yet? Why is everyone moving forward while I feel stuck? And little by little, comparison begins stealing the peace that Allah already placed in your life. My dear friend, listen carefully. The flower that blooms in spring is not late because another flower bloomed in winter. The moon is not behind the sun, and you are not behind anyone. You are living a story written by Allah. And Allah never writes anything at the wrong time. Maybe you are still struggling with your salah. Maybe you are trying to rebuild your relationship with Allah after years of distance. Maybe you are fighting silent battles that nobody knows about. Maybe every day feels like a struggle just to keep going. Yet, you compare your hidden struggles to someone else's highlighted moments. You compare your unfinished chapter to their completed page, and that's not fair to yourself. Because what you don't see is that everyone has a test. The woman whose marriage looks perfect may be crying at night. The man who seems successful may be carrying worries nobody knows. The person you envy may be praying for the very thing Allah has already given you. Only Allah sees the full picture, and only Allah knows what each soul needs. Sometimes we think being ahead means having more. More money, more success, more recognition, more relationships. But Allah measures differently. Perhaps the person who wakes up for Fajr despite struggling is ahead. Perhaps the person who keeps making dua after years of disappointment is ahead. Perhaps the person who keeps returning to Allah after every mistake is ahead. Because in the sight of Allah, sincerity matters more than appearance. And effort matters more than perfection. Think about every tear you have cried when nobody was around. Every prayer whispered from a tired heart. Every moment you chose patience when you wanted to give up. Every sin you walked away from. Every act of worship you performed even when you didn't feel motivated. None of it is wasted. Not a single moment. Allah saw all of it. Allah recorded all of it. Allah values all of it. And maybe the reason your journey feels slower is because Allah is building something deeper within you. Some people receive blessings quickly, others are prepared slowly. A building that is meant to stand tall requires a stronger foundation. And foundations are built where nobody can see them. Perhaps Allah is strengthening your character, teaching you patience, purifying your intention, healing wounds you haven't even spoken about, preparing you for blessings that requires a strong version of you. So stop calling yourself a failure because your life doesn't look like someone else. Stop believing the lie that you are falling behind. You are exactly where Allah has allowed you to be today. And if He wanted you somewhere else right now, He would have placed you there. Trust His timing, trust His wisdom, trust the process you cannot yet understand. One day you will look back and realize that what felt like a delay was actually protection. What felt like being forgotten was actually preparation. What felt like a closed door was actually mercy. And what felt like being behind was simply Allah guiding you through a different path. So take a deep breath. You don't need to raise anybody. You don't need to prove your worth. You don't need to panic about tomorrow. Your story is still being written. Your chapter is still unfolding. And the author of your story is the most merciful, the most wise, and the one who never mistakes. Keep praying, keep trying, keep trusting, because Allah is not finished with your story yet. And sometimes the most beautiful chapters are the ones that take the longest to write.